Hi guys, it's Irit with a new process video, and this one is all about mixed media, and we're playing with the color kit for October. So what I'm doing here is I am taking one of the cut files, and this one is a free cut file. You just need to have an account on the HipKit Club website, and then you can download these lovely cut files. And I love feathers. So I had this actually left over from a previous project, which you can also find on my YouTube channel. And as you saw, I was simply tracing it with a pencil. And now I'm going to add some watercolor pencils with water. So I just want to make sure that my paper doesn't warp or get too messed up by all the watercolor, because I'm using cardstock and it's just not built for a lot of watercolor, and also the watercolor will not move nicely if you just add it on cardstock. So I added a mixture of gesso and matte medium because I didn't want to completely cover my images, but I did want to whiten it a little bit, and just the gesso gives an interesting texture and just like a color variation, because the white is a little bit, it's not really white, it's kind of off-white, not like the cardstock. So the next stage, I sped up this video just because I am simply coloring in my feathers and then going over it. I'm coloring with the watercolor pencils. These are Prima Watercolor pencils, and this set is called Scenic something, I think. I'll have a link to all the kits so you can see everything that comes in them. But it's a beautiful set with these really beautiful kind of autumnal colors that just coordinate beautifully with the kit, and you'll see that when I add all the embellishments and the papers at the end. So I think I have there 10 feathers or 8 feathers or 9. Very good with counting. I think there are 9 there. And there are 12 colors in the palette. So in the pencil set, sorry. So I'm just deciding which ones I don't really want to include, or which ones are quite similar that I can just paint them together on one feather. And I think I went there like these 2 shades of kind of a mustardy golden yellow that are quite similar, so I just used them both on one feather. And you can see I'm just going over with the pencil, and because I used the matte medium and the gesso, I can move it around quite easily with my water brush. If I hadn't used any gesso or matte medium, it wouldn't really move as well because it's cardstock. You could use watercolor paper, and then you probably don't need all the gesso and matte medium. But I just wanted to use cardstock. So you can see I just, the color, some of the colors are very bright, and you just dab it with a paper towel to remove some color if the color is too bright. So what I'm doing here, and this is actually very, very handy and nice to have, what you see there is I adhered using some washi tape. Those are the 2 strips you see on the side. I adhered a transparency to a piece of white paper, so I can see the colors properly. And you could also do this with some packaging if you don't have a transparency. It needs to be something non-porous. And I just used my water brush and removed some color from the watercolor pencils. And now I have a palette that is just sometimes easier to use, depends on what you want to do. But I just want to add some more layers to these feathers. I think they look fun just as they are, but I don't know, I wanted a little bit of a different look. I've been really inspired by a book that I got. It's kind of like I guess an art book. I don't know, because there's also like how-tos in it and tutorials and all kinds of things. It's called Creative Girl, and I showed it in my October Chit Chat video. It's by a watercolor artist or mixed media artist called Danielle Donaldson, and I just love her style. So one of the things she does, like one of her, I guess, signature looks is just layers and layers of beautiful soft watercolor and some splatters, and that's kind of what I was going for. But I'm not a great illustrator. Not at all. Not by any means. So that's why I like to have the shape already made for me. In this case, these die cut feathers. And you can see I'm just adding some layers, not all over the feathers, but more on the edges. And you just get a very interesting look that you can't get if you only do one layer of watercolor. So I think I will go back even another time after this, and this is just fun. For me, this was just really enjoyable, very relaxing. You really don't need a lot, you know. I have there a brush. It's kind of a cheap brush that I have, and some water and your watercolor pencils, and you don't even need to know how to draw. You can just use, you know, a die cut, for example, or a stamp set that you like. So I'm gonna let this layer dry, and I added some pencil outlines. I think I did it off camera, just in a few places. I think I did. And yeah, now you can see this is where the rest of the kits come into play. I grabbed a few strips of the pattern papers, and I'm staying at the bottom. I kind of went for the more coral and a little bit of pink shades, still keeping it light with white and kind of cream embellishments. And I'm just building there my cluster. I did do some sewing on my paper strips there. I'm hating my sewing machine, so I did this by hand, which is quite time consuming, but I really love that look. It adds so much texture, and yeah, I just think it looks great. You can probably get a better look in the close-up shots. And I also did a little bit of distressing. So I added a bunch of stickers and die cuts, and these are from the Jen Hadfield, I think it's called the DIY collection, and we got some bits in different kits. The die cuts came in the main kit, and they have all kinds of like beautiful floral pieces. And then the stickers came, I think, in the embellishment kit, I want to say. And yeah, they're just beautiful. I just love the colors of this kit, and you can see that the watercolor pencils are just a perfect match. So I'm using some stickers, some die cuts, and I think I will also use a couple of die cuts from the Pink Paisley Cedar Lane collection. We got the ephemera pack in the Project Life kit. And it has a bunch of stuff in it, including some transparencies, beautiful transparencies that I will use on this layout in my two main embellishment clusters. And the bottom one was kind of easy, and then the top one I did not know where I want it positioned, and eventually I'm going to decide to the left of the photo. but it took a lot of fussing around. So again, you can see at the top I sewed is the past tense for sewing, hopefully. I sewed some strips of pattern paper, and I think I also used a couple of the manufacturer strips on the layout, which is perfect because I normally don't know what to do with them. So I did some sewing and some distressing, and just adds so much texture, and also gives me a place to ground my embellishment cluster, like these strips of pattern paper. So it's a win-win situation there. And again, that grateful word came from the Cedar Lane collection, as well as the transparency and the pretty florals from the Jen Hatfield one. And I also used a couple of the washi tape strips. We got it in the embellishment kit, and it's this huge booklet with 12-inch long pieces of washi, and it has some great you can see there, I'm going through it, there are some great patterns. What I like about the Jen Hatfield collections, I think this is her second collection with Pebbles, and I don't think I got any of her first one, which was called Cottage Living, I think, and it was also beautiful. She does a lot of really, really great basic patterns in, my favorite colors, pinks, corals, mints, and a lot of black and white, and a lot of gold. And I just find her designs very easy to use. So there's a bunch of papers in the October kit from her collection, as well as all kinds of pretty embellishments. So yeah, that's me fussing around, and I always like to add some foam adhesive to my clusters. It gives a lot of dimension and just looks really interesting and great. And that little transparency piece is super cute. And yeah, that's the sticker sheet from the Jen Hatfield collection, and I'm just trying to get it all balanced. Like there's some gold in the bottom cluster, so I want some gold at the top, and there's a floral piece at the bottom, so I want a floral at the top. And there's some washi at the bottom, so I added some washi at the top. I always do that. This repetition makes your embellishment clusters look more like uniformed, and the whole layout looks more cohesive. And I also want to mention now something that is not connected to this layout, but I have been working on a new online class with the wonderful, super talented Jen Scow, and we will release more details very, very soon, and the class will begin very soon. So if that is something you're interested in, then please stay tuned and watch my channel and her channel for more details on that. We are very excited about this. So I thought about adding back to the layout, even though I'm really dying to reveal more details, but it's all coming very soon, I promise. So just stay tuned. So now I'm adding the finishing touches. I wanted to add something like grateful for you at the bottom, and but that didn't work out for me. So I might add, I think I add that little circle birdie thing, maybe. I can't remember. I made this a while back, so I will see with you together. Yes, I think it made it there, along with the fox. The fox is very cute. It has absolutely nothing to do with, the photo. I mean, it's just a pretty photo of my daughter. And yeah, but I like the fox. So you know I'm all about the random nowadays. And it made it to my layout. I'm adding just a few of these beautiful kind of see-through word stickers that came, I think they came in the Project Life kit, and they are beautiful. They are minty, and the words are written in gold. So I'm just adding a few, and I might also add a few of these golden kind of transparent stickers. I think I add that if I can manage to get it lined up. And these are from Pink Paisley, the Memorandum collection. And there's just a ton of these stickers in that package. There's gold, black, and white. And they also came in the Project Life kit. And now I'm thinking if I want to add something else, and I'm going to add some gold splatters because that's always good, right? And that will be it for my layout. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you will try to do something similar with a stamp or a die cut, or your own drawing, and the watercolor pencils that came in the color kit, because this was really, really fun to make. And I think you can see now in the close-ups how gorgeous they look with all those watercolor layers. So thank you so much for watching. Have a lovely Saturday, and I'll see you soon. Bye.